Hello and welcome to the channel, where today we're marking a moment that's equal parts triumphant roar and quiet whisper of wounds that time can't fully heal. December 8th, 2025. Damascus, Syria. 1 year ago today, the iron grip of the Assad dynasty shattered after 54 years of suffocating rule. What began as a lightning rebel offensive led by former jihadist Ahmed al-Sharaa, now Syria's interim president, swept through the country in 8 blistering days, toppling Bashar al-Assad and sending him fleeing to Moscow like a ghost in the night. The macabre, that sprawling web of fear and torture chambers, crumbled. Saydnaya prison, the human slaughterhouse where tens of thousands vanished, fell silent. Chemical weapon stockpiles, the ghosts of Ghouta and Khan Sheikhan, were seized or destroyed. And for the first time in generations, Syrians could breathe without looking over their shoulders. Today, that breath is a celebration. Umayyad Square, the beating heart of the ancient capital, is a sea of green, white, and black. The revolutionary tricolor waving from every balcony, every car antenna, every child's hand. Fireworks crackle until 2 a.m. Ice cream trucks rigged with sparklers parade to the streets like candy-colored tanks of joy, and the unofficial anthem, "Raise Your Head Up High." You're a free Syrian blast from market loudspeakers and airport PA systems alike. Crowds flock to the Umayyad Mosque at dawn, where al-Sharaa leads prayers and military fatigues, a nod to the fighters who stormed the city. Military parades roll through the square, horses, tanks, helicopters thundering overhead, while kids snap selfies with soldiers and families picnic on the grass. In Aleppo, Hama, Doma, the energy mirrors Damascus. Flags hoisted on ruined buildings, chants echoing off bombed-out walls. A collective exhale after 14 years of civil war that claimed 500,000 lives and displaced 13 million more. For the diaspora, the millions scattered from Berlin to Toronto, from Beirut to Brisbane, the airport arrivals hall is a tear-soaked welcome party. Balloon arches, face-painting stations, streamers dangling like hope from the ceiling. I spoke with one family friend who fled Damascus in 2012 at the war's onset. She returned for the first time last week and said the air felt different. Lighter, freer, without Assad's omnipresent portrait staring down from every corner. At the historic Souk al-Ahmadiyya, Jew stands mock the ousted tyrant as Abu Rakbay, father of the neck, selling socks and blazer with the insult for $1 a pair. Signs dangle between stalls. 1 year without torture. 1 year without Saydnaya, 1 year without chemical weapons. It's a casual defiance that would have meant a midnight knock and a one-way trip to the abyss just 12 months ago. The mood is triumphant, electric, almost disbelieving. A young professional from Homs named Nabiga Tassai joined the Damascus crowds and told me she was struck by the sight of destroyed buildings shoulder to shoulder with dancing families. I can't put into words the happiness, victory, pride, and love for our homeland. At least now there's hope. Hope for an income that matches my skills, unlike under Assad when there was none. Tourists from Norway, Denmark, and Spain who've been backpacking the country for weeks rave about the infectious energy, the polite security presence, the safety to wander central Damascus at midnight. One Norwegian said, "Syrians have this warmth that survived hell. It's humbling." But beneath the fireworks and flags, the pain lingers like smoke from a dying fire. Syria isn't healed. It's bandaged, fragile, stitching itself back together one tentative thread at a time. The civil war didn't just scar the land. It fractured the soul. 500,000 dead. Entire cities like Aleppo and Homs reduced to rubble. Millions displaced in refugee camps from Jordan to Germany. The economy is a ghost. Hyperinflation, blackouts lasting days. Food prices that force families to choose between bread and medicine. Sanctions linger like a noose, though Trump's November White House visit to al-Sharaa eased some U.S. restrictions, promising Gulf investment if Congress follows suit. But until then, progress stalls. Electricity flickers, water runs brown, and basic costs devour what little income remains. Sectarian shadows loom too. Al-Sharaa, once Abu Muhammad al-Jilani of HTS, the group behind Al-Qaeda's Syrian branch, has rebranded as a pragmatic leader, pledging inclusivity and swearing off jihadism. He's won over minorities with gestures, protecting Alawite shrines, guaranteeing Christian holidays, but trust is thin. Recent clashes killed hundreds, displacing thousands and fueling Alawite Druze and Christian fears of revenge. The Kurdish Northeast banned gatherings over terror cell threats. In Deir ez-Zor, tribal feud simmer. Al-Shara's government controls 80% of the country, but pockets of ISIS remnants, Turkish-backed militias, and SDF holdouts keep the map fractured. Yet, amid the uncertainty, there's a quiet revolution. Women in Damascus tell me they feel safer walking alone at night than under Assad's regime, where honor killings and macabre harassment were daily risks. Artists are repainting bombed walls with murals of unity, not just Assad portraits. Young entrepreneurs and souks hawk everything from revolutionary T-shirts to olive oil-branded Freedom Harvest. And the diaspora is returning. 1.2 million refugees and 1.9 million IDPs have come home since the fall, per UNHCR, breathing life into ghost towns. Syria's central bank governor says their return is already juicing the economy, a flicker of green shoots in barren soil. Al-Shara's anniversary speech from Umayyad Square struck the right notes. Victory is just the beginning. Let's turn it into responsibility. Hard work to make Syria a leader among nations. Dressed in fatigues like the fighters he once led, he prayed at the mosque, promising justice without vengeance. But skepticism runs deep. Can a former jihadist build a democracy? Will he sideline hardliners? International support helps. Trump's sanctions relief, Modi's India summit nod, Erdogan's Turkish thaw. But the real test is domestic. Inclusive elections, minority protections, economic revival. For my family, it's personal. My grandmother died 3 months before Damascus fell. Never seen the days she dreamed of, reuniting with relatives at her old house in Midden. The first time since her passing was bittersweet. Laughter over shared stories, tears over what Assad stole. One uncle, who fled to Saudi Arabia a decade ago, returned last week. The air tastes different. No fear in the silence. Nabiga from Homs captured it. Beside ruined buildings, people dance with flags. At least now there's hope. That's Syria today. Pain remembered. Freedom rejoiced. The song says raise your head high. Free Syrian. A year in, they're trying. If this story moved you, drop a Syrian flag emoji below. Smash like to spread the joy and the truth, and subscribe. Syria's rebirth is just beginning, and we'll be here every step. See you next. Freedom isn't given, it's seized. Slava Syria.